Imagine the most hateable villain in all of gaming. Who comes to your mind? Maybe you think about Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2. Maybe you think about Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Maybe you think about the increasing presence of diversity in video games, in which case, please, go outside. But I'm here to tell you that all of those are wrong. I've recently played a game that's opened my eyes to a truly despicable villain. It's this guy. Wait, nope, sorry, that was Ronald Reagan. I meant this guy. Allow me to explain. Looking at these other villains, they're mainly hateable and memorable because they have a lot of text and story surrounding them. Take Sephiroth, for example. This motherfucker burns down your village. This motherfucker kills your healer. This motherfucker introduces trickle-down economics and then names it after himself. Sorry, that was Reagan again. Here's the problem. Writing a good and compelling story in a video game is very, very hard to do. Other forms of media, such as books, can focus most of their attention on their stories. After all, it is the main reason you would crack one of these open. Unless, I don't know, you opened up the Wario Land 4 manual to find out the German version of Fat Wario. Now this doesn't seem very appropriate. On the other hand, games have a lot more to consider. Just at a basic level, you have to take care of graphics, music, and gameplay. And now on top of that, you have to write a competent story. That's a lot of things to juggle, not to mention some games don't have room for a comprehensive story. Crafting good characters is a Herculean task in a video game, and by proxy, crafting a good villain is even harder. Well, at least if you do it only through the story. That's where the genius of You Snail reveals itself. In this criminally underrated platforming gem, you play as the titular snail fighting through a platforming simulation created by the evil AI, Squid. This game has writing, but it's definitely not to the level of a JRPG or a visual novel. The game is a short 4 to 5 hour burst, so there's not that much time to develop any characters. To make up for this, Squid is able to predict where you're going to move and kills you for it. Yes, you heard that right. There are just rooms where the AI attempts to know your every move and shoots lasers at you, or plants spikes everywhere, or shoot parts of the stage, or it combines everything and expects you to deal with it. Unless you're Ronald Reagan, getting shot kills you in one hit. In fact, everything kills you in one hit. There are only easy difficulties because humans can't handle anything higher. We're simply not intelligent enough. Squid will automatically adjust the difficulty of a stage if you die too much. There is nothing more infuriating than almost completing a stage and the sentient AI deciding that it was too much for my feeble and weak human mind. I always cranked it right back up. What I'm trying to illustrate with all these examples is basically, Squid doesn't insult this personality-less basic snail. He attacks you, the player. You are invested in the story because you, above all else, want to see this guy go down. It feels like such a shortcut to implement. There was a simple backstory at the end, but who cares? By the second time I was ridiculed for my playstyle, I was ready to beat the game. Video games are an interactive medium by their nature, and it's important to take advantage of that interactivity. No matter which character we control, there's always the player behind the screen. So why should I as a player care about your villain? Are they well written and do I want to see more of them? Do they actively impede my progress? Do they ignore the AIDS epidemic because it was associated with the LGBTQ+ community? God damn it, Ronald Reagan. Now obviously I understand this style of villain doesn't work for every game. It is too meta for certain settings and could eliminate the immersion a contained story provides. But all I know is by the end of this short 5-hour game, You Snail accomplished more with its villain than some games do in 50. Can't beat 8 years of presidency though. I can't believe I made it to 1,000 subscribers. I don't really want to make another long video, but to thank you all, I think I must.